So Black Ops 6 beta just ended and I really wasn't sure if I wanted to make a video on it. I mean, there are already so many other videos right now just absolutely dragging the closed beta. And not just for the skill-based matchmaking or the problems in the beta, but it seems people are really just not big fans of the omni-movement, which is a big problem since that's the core mechanic of the game, and not to mention the selling point for multiplayer this year. Well, that and the return of Classic Prestige. Before getting to the beta, while yes, this video is mainly about playing the new Black Ops 6 beta, I wanted to go ahead and talk about why I just cannot play Call of Duty in general anymore, and why I believe it's at its lowest point. I used to play Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2, but mostly 2 every day for like 4 years after it was released, and even Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare were some others that I genuinely loved playing. Even if those two were pretty hated when they were first released, I played those games religiously every day. But ever since Black Ops 4 released, Call of Duty has not been the same. Yeah, sure, they're selling more copies than ever, but to me they all just feel like soulless re-releases of Modern Warfare 2019 with some slight tweaks, and God, I hate Warzone with a passion. And this is a very hot take, but I didn't always feel that way. I mean, I never liked Warzone, but it wasn't until they started catering everything in Call of Duty to Warzone fans, making everything just feel like Warzone. They literally Warzone-ified multiplayer, not to mention DMZ, which is what really solidified my hatred for Warzone. Like, what in the world made them think that that was a good idea? Anyway, more on my problems with Call of Duty later in the video. I just want to take a second to talk about the Black Ops 6 beta. So I played just about every day of the beta, and I got to the max level 20 and unlocked every single gun, which they didn't give us very many. And I even got my pre-order operators and custom gun blueprints, which were all pretty cool. I wish the beta cap wasn't level 20 though, because I was level 20 by the end of the second day of the beta. After getting to the max level and unlocking everything, it just kind of felt pointless to play out the rest of the beta in my opinion. I would jump into maybe 3 games and get bored, since there really wasn't much to do outside of the little updates Treyarch surprised us with. The open beta should be live once this video is out, but we know the max level is being raised to level 30, and there will be new guns and other things to unlock with it. There will also be a new map called Babylon, as well as a strike map called Stakeout, which I'm going to talk about in a second, but we already know we're getting a returning game mode from a previous Modern Warfare title, Gunfight. Personally, I actually like Gunfight a lot, so I'm happy to see it make a return in Black Ops 6. But obviously the main gripe people are having with this game is the skill-based matchmaking, which personally I do not care too much about, and this is mostly due to ignorance on my part. I've never really experienced Call of Duty without skill-based matchmaking. All the Black Ops games I've played have skill-based matchmaking, so I can't really remember what lobbies were like for any other ones that don't. And the problem people are having today isn't just the skill-based matchmaking itself, but how horribly unbalanced the system actually is. And don't get me wrong, people dislike skill-based matchmaking in general and don't want it at all, just like X-Defiant, but the fact is Treyarch wants to push Call of Duty to be more competitive. They push it more and more every year, and I mean hell, this year's Call of Duty literally introduces an entirely new movement skill gap that has never existed in previous Call of Duties, completely changing the competitive dynamic of which was pretty much how good your response time is and how good you can aim. And now it's how good you are at moving fast, coordinated, and dolphin diving around corners. So like I mentioned before, we saw some updates during the closed beta. The first update we saw was the new HVT game mode called Kill Order. A person on each team would be chosen as the HTV and would be given shields pretty much, but if you died, someone else would basically become the HTV, and it's basically team deathmatch in my opinion. Then we got another update about 2 days before the beta ended with another game mode called Face Off. It's basically a 5v5 deathmatch on smaller strike maps. We saw 2 of these in the update, Gala and Pit. I wasn't a huge fan of the Gala, but I did like using a sniper on it. Unfortunately, the spawns were just absolutely atrocious. On the other hand, I do kind of like Pit, and it's totally not because of how insanely OP it is to run shotgun on this map. The beta was limited on most customization options, like your banners and emblems were pretty limited, and you didn't really have any gun customization besides adding a charm, which might be a pre-order bonus, but I'm not 100% sure. And speaking of the guns, they brought back the gunsmith, which was not what I was hoping for. Even though we've known about it for a little while, I just wanted to mention it because it is one of the many things that we have gotten from the Modern Warfare engine that I believe just has ruined Call of Duty for me. Personally, I was hoping for them to go back to the classics and adapt the Black Ops 2 attachment system. Ever since every Call of Duty has had a gunsmith, we've seen Call of Duty turn into this sweaty meta YouTube tutorial trend to build the most OP builds. Like when you had to unlock a million different guns and attachments to finally instantly unlock the attachment you want. And it's funny, I don't even know which of the new Modern Warfare engine generation of Call of Duty games I'm even addressing when I say that, but it's one of the more recent ones. There's just too many, and they're all just clones with slightly different features on each one of them to try to justify charging $70 for the same game on the same engine with the same features with the same store and accessories. That transfer to each game to even more solidify the fact that these are all just the same game. Like, if it's so accessible that you can transfer your gun blueprints and operators, then my friend, I call bullshit. That is the exact same game. Why are we spending $70 on this? And I wasn't even going to bring up zombies in this video because I did want to go and do a separate video after I got to play both of the release maps, since I've always been a huge Call of Duty Zombies fan. And can you guess when I actually started to not enjoy zombies anymore? It was actually interesting to me at first, but it got boring extremely fast and it went downhill, and it was really the downfall of zombies, not Aliens or Advanced Warfare, both of which I actually enjoyed as a kid, and I thought they were really fun concepts. And I really want to do a video going back and exploring those zombie modes as well, because I feel as though they were actually extremely underrated. But that's not to say the zombies community has ever been open to change, but they eventually got used to it, like Shadows of Evil. And this is the excuse I'm seeing people use to defend the new Black Ops 6 zombies map, Liberty Falls, the most disgusting Warzone-ified zombies map they could have made. It's literally a nice, bright, sunny day outside, and you can use armor plates for some reason. Like, what? This is zombies. Why is this a thing? Just have perks. I don't even mind the damage numbers and the health bars because those can be turned off, but I don't understand why they have them on as the default option. That's stupid. Apparently this map is supposed to be more accessible and just for new players in general, and I also think that is stupid. Not everything needs to be catered towards new players, and I'm not saying they can't do that either, but when they go out of their way to cater towards new players, you kind of forget about the current player base, and that's exactly what happened with Liberty Falls. I mean, yes, we have Terminus, but Liberty Falls was unnecessary. Are you telling me they couldn't make a more accessible map that isn't Warzone-ified and actually looks like a zombie map? This map does look straight out of multiplayer. There's no immersion, there's no atmosphere. How are you going to make a zombies map that doesn't look like a zombies map? How does this add to the accessibility? It was just a plain bad decision, and it was made for the Warzone players so that they get their hit of DMZ in Black Ops 6. But we also have Terminus, which is a zombies map I'm actually kind of looking forward to playing, mostly for the map itself because unfortunately Treyarch has had a lot of bad ideas recently, and one of the worst has to be adding loadouts to zombies. Like, are you serious? Who thought that was a good idea? This ruins the point of playing zombies. You can literally spawn in with an assault rifle. How boring is that? To me, it's the equivalent of jumping into creative mode in Minecraft to grab diamonds because you couldn't find any. It just ruins the experience, and I'll never feel like I actually accomplished anything by the end. So in conclusion, Black Ops 6 is falling very short of my expectations this year. I really thought this was going to be the year. When we heard Classic Prestige was coming back and Round-Based Zombies was coming back, I was so excited, but then we got Warzone-ified maps with the stupid Cold War class loadouts and terribly unbalanced skill-based matchmaking. Anyway, I hope you guys have all enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.